Welcome. Today I'm doing a Sketchy Sunday and I'm using a sketch from Tracy Reed Designs, and this is her sketch. It's number 6. I'm also using my counterfeit kit challenge, and I'm playing with the International Scrapbook Day 2024 Queen Burge, and so you need to use at least 5 things from that list, and today I'm going to use 9, and I'm scrapbooking these 3 pictures of my youngest. We are at Girl Guides and we did some journal, file folder journal books. And so I pulled out those. This one is Sassy's Wild Whisper Design, Sassy Since Birth. This is Hip Kit Club from Kaleidoscope Sensational. And then one of the cards is from Handmade, Homemade Wild Whisper. And the other one is from Sassy Since Birth. And then because the sketch is a traveler's notebook, I went and did some conversions of some of those kinds of things. So the 3x3 photo ends up being 4 and a third by 4 and a third. So I'm going to use a 4x4. The 3x4 cards actually end up being 4x6s on a 12x12. So that's pretty easy, but I did the math. So I'm going to cut this middle piece down, and it's going to be, as you can see on the screen, I have rotated the sketch. And so the paintbrush kind of starburst, I don't know what, the paint things in the middle from the Wild Whisper paper are 4 inches. I could have made it a little bit smaller. I could have made it a little bit bigger, but meh. And then I decided the glitter glue really needed to have glitter. So I used my Wink Stella clear glitter pen to add some glitter, and you can't see it there, but in person you really can see the glitter. And then I decided that one Wild Whisper card wasn't going to work. So I went into my stash and pulled out some 4x6 cards. This is just a small portion of my 4x6 cards, which is kind of scary, but it is what it is. And then I just picked out some that I thought would match. And then pulling out that paper right away, I decided a couple of them I really don't like already. So I did narrow it down a bit. These 2 photos, so that the sticky note is on the one photo because the girls are showing their faces. And even though they have all changed a lot since 2019, I don't have permission to have them up on the webs, or like on my YouTube. And the one that you see right now, they all have their journals in front of their faces, so that we could post this one to Instagram when we were being guide leaders. So that was kind of fun. And just cropping it down. So I decided to cut this down. It ends up being 4 3/4 by 3. So it is not a standard size, but I did want to crop into the girls on the page, which is all good. And then this one is almost in that same orientation, and I'm gonna make a flip part for this. So I'm gonna use some black cardstock, but I'm just cutting this down so they're the same size and the same orientation. Folding that little sticky made it easy. And then this is a scrap piece, so it is going to be almost 4 inches wide, or almost 6 inches wide. I think it's 5.5 because that's what I had there. And then I just scored this in half, and it's a little longer than what I need, but I'm just gonna put this on so that the borders on the top and the side are the same. And then I'm just gonna figure it out with my trimmer how much I need to cut off. So I'm just taking a look at where that photo sits. And so about here, I always try and do not quite as much as I think I'm going to need, just because if I have to take a little bit more off, that's easy. If I take too much off, that's really hard. So this is going to go in here, and now I've got this flip. I'm just writing down the date because I did it, and it was on the back of one of those, but not both of them. So... And then just looking through cards again. So there's still the 4 there. Decide that this 4x4 picture needs a photo mat. So I'm just going to use the same black cardstock and it's not going to be as wide as my other one, but it gives some grounding for my pictures. And then I thought about this acrylic magic, but I don't use it. I thought for a while this Some Kind of Wonderful would be a good one. I'm really thinking about this one and the one that has the pink lovely, and I'm not entirely sure, but I'm just going to go through and pull some stuff off. So that's a thicker from Hip Kit Club. These are chipboard from Hip Kit. This is chipboard, and so I'm going to use these two chipboard tabs for something to actually hold on to as you flip the picture. It actually gives a little bit of bulk there too, so that you can actually see that this is something that you're going to flip open. And they weren't exactly the same, so I was just trimming down the bottom one just a little bit. And then there is a tag in the sketch, so I am going to use a tag. And I thought about using that orangey one, but this green and the orange on this one, I kind of liked a little more. And then I am looking for all sorts of things that can be fun on this one because it's my youngest and she's got sass. And so some of these, like the Imagine Happy face works because she's little yet too. If I put a Imagine Happy face on my 16-year-old's photo, she'd be really mad at me. So even she is about, my oldest is about 10, 12 in these pictures, and she still would have been like, why would you put a happy face? She'd be totally okay with it in her grade 5 pictures, but this, I think she's in grade 6 here and totally not okay. Then I found this March memory, so I was looking for this specific piece because you can only use a March memories on a March layout, and this actually happened in March. So I like how the pink and that green play off of each other, so that made that decision a little bit easier. I wanted to try that reverse side one more time, and I decided, nope, I really want these other colors to pop. And this Studio Calico page with the geometric design in it is the same color as a couple of the swatches in that middle piece that I'm just sticking on down. So it actually really goes well, even though they're two different collections, two different manufacturers. It's like, it just, sometimes it works well that way. And that's what I find with my counterfeit kit challenge, is because I'm looking through my papers with a different lens on what can work together, that I'm using a lot more of my stash in different ways with different kinds of product. So, which is awesome, because like I have Wild Whisper Design, I have Hip Kit Club, I have Studio Calico on here. I'm gonna get some dollar stuff on here. So I decided to get this pocket card down because I definitely am happy with that. The pocket card is one of the 9 things that I've used from the International Scrapbook Day Challenge. And then I'm going to line up my photo. My photo is 4x4 and the card is 4 inches in height. So I just lined up the photo and the card so it looks a little, it ends up being a little bit of like a grid-ish, but, and then this one I'm trying to line up so it's centered-ish with the 4x6. It's not perfect, but it's okay. It does, I like it. It doesn't bother me that it's not perfectly aligned. And then I decide that this pocket card needs to get cut out so that it has more focus on the glitter glue, because that is one thing these girls love to use was glitter glue. So it just made sense to put it on this page. So, and my youngest absolutely loves glitter glue. So I did try out some of these chipboard pieces. That one says Sweet as Sugar. The green one says Yay for Today. I thought about overlapping them. I didn't quite like what was going on yet, but I left it for now. And then that banner tabby piece on the bottom says Enjoyed this day so much. And then this bluey purple heart matches the tab. And these are my dollar store stickers They are older than old. Then I'm going to overlap the glitter glue from underneath so that when you open it, you still see all of it. And then the tag's going to go on, and I'm going to put some more of these flowers on, which on screen they don't look as noticeable, but in real life they're really noticeable. And then I am going to keep that yay for today because it seemed to work. I was trying that one. It didn't quite work. I did try this one, and I'm like, no, I don't think so. So, whatever. So this is an orange heart, and then there's another orange heart. So I use both of them up because they're the same orange as some of the other stuff that's on there. Lettering in that bottom word bit especially. Trying to get a few more of these on, but they're not really nestling. I pulled the top part off of this one because it had brown on it, and I didn't really like the brown. That one I'm going to use in a minute, but not yet. So I was trying, and then I decided, I'm going to stop fiddling with this, and I'm going to put some sequins on. So it's going to get a lot of sequins. And I liked this pink one because it's the same pink as that watercolor on the pocket card. So it really actually goes really nicely. And that pink is also in that middle paper too for the Wild Whisper paper. So it does work well. And so I'm overlapping some on some of the embellishments, and I'm going to do a diagonal from this part up because it really pops on this orange. I really like it on the orange. And then just some here and there. One under the yay. And then here's the diagonal bit up here on the orange yellow. It's almost a mustardy color, I guess. Almost like a green yellow, not really orange. I don't know why I said orange. It is what it is. And then I decided, in for a penny, in for a pound, we're going to put the sequins in all the middle bits on this Wild Whisper paper, because why not? My youngest, as I've said before, really, really loves a bit of sparkle on her pages. So she's seen this one yesterday when I finished it, and she was like, Mom, it's got sequins. Sequins is hard to do, and you've got it everywhere. And I don't know how she thinks sequins is hard to do. Like, it is a little fiddly, but it was pretty funny. She's almost 13. So I was like, okay. But she loves it. She's like, this is one of my favorites, which she says quite a bit, but I like it. So I'm just debating. I'm going to use my date stamp for stamping for the date, and I kind of mess it up. So this is a little bit of stamping I get on here. Like, that's it for stamping, but I'm going to count it. And then trying some more flowers. Flowers is one of the things for the challenge. Stamping, pocket bards, chipboards, sequins, ribbon will get on here in a second. Glitter is on here with my Wink Estella, flowers, and stickers. So, and then here's my, I didn't like the yellow, so I'm going to do with this very sparkly pink ribbon. And it works really well with that pink sequins. It's almost the same color, but it adds more sparkle. And then I decided I needed a little more sparkle on the bottom. So I thought maybe of running it along the bottom of the card, but I don't like that. And I'm like, what if I fold it together? So I fold it together, and I'm going to put a staple in it, and then it's going to get stapled right there. And I really like that. It brings that pink to a couple more spots. And then I was thinking, what do I need to do on this top? I could have just left that, but I did want to do something there. And so I decided to do some journaling. So I grabbed an index card. And so this is a really, really cheap way to do a journaling space, is just use your index cards. They come from the dollar store. They're white. I don't like the red line, so I'm going to journal underneath the red line. And so my journaling says, we did so many fun things in brownies. I think this may have been one of your favorites this year. Amber and I brought in a ton of crafting supplies, and I showed everyone how to make file folder journals. You, of course, went in your own direction, but you were super happy to use lots of my crafting things. Love, Mom. So the girls were all really quite happy to do these file folder journals, and we actually printed off a bunch of their pictures from the year, so they actually got like kind of a little bit of scrapbooking involved with it too. And my daughter, when she looked at this page yesterday, went, I still have that. I'm like, amazing. She kind of is a magpie, so she has lots of things, but not always the things you would expect. So it's kind of cool she still has it. I'm just going to trim this off just a little bit more so it fits in that space a little bit better. And then it's just going to get taped down. And then I'm going to use another flower right here. I'm going to use some glue to keep it there and add some sequins, because in for a penny, in for a pound. And then this one that I tore off from the brown, I'm going to use on the top where I messed up my stamping. So it's just going to cover the little part where I don't like where it's stamped. And there we go. And then I'm just going to write March 2019, because the 2019 is what didn't stamp properly. And then that is this page done. Oh, look at that sparkle. Remember, there's glitter on the glitter glue too, even though it's not very visible. And there's that flap. Thank you so much for watching today. Here's some close-ups so you can see a little bit more of what the page looks like up close. And the flip, flap, and the bottom. Thank you so much for watching today. If you liked my page, I would love a thumbs up. If you're new to me, I would love it if you subscribed. And there's a few more videos here you might want to watch and a playlist. Thanks so much again for watching. Have yourself a great day.